Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Say hello to all of our friends. What's up, guys? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching my pain rolling out my IT band on not just the foam roller, but with a bar. Yesterday was my first day back in the gymnasium after 8 days off. Yes, 8 days. I seriously hated taking that much time off. I'm a little bit behind in terms of when the not vlogs are airing to real life, but I'm trying to catch up on those. The plan was to take a minimum of 4 days and up to 7 days off. I wound up taking 8 just to play it safe because I felt like maybe one more day would be good. And then yesterday was my first day back. It was a total body workout, and I just promised myself to resist the temptation to go full beast. My inner monologue was, do not beast, do not beast, do not beast. And I didn't, but one thing I did decide to do was to kick things up a notch from just foam rolling to taking an actual barbell and using that to roll out my IT band. And let me tell you something, this is not for the weak, this is not for the faint of heart. If you think foam rolling isn't painful enough, try using a bar instead. And there she goes. Got plenty of coffee table in our shot now, but in any event, RayRay is just being shady as usual. Maybe we'll do this. That's better. Are you kidding? Wherever you go is where I'm gonna point the camera, dog. Anyway, using a bar it's hardcore. It hurts like you wouldn't believe. It was actually making me a bit breathless, if you could see my face in some of those clips from when I was just at the gym. But I did it yesterday before and after my workout, and today before and after my workout, as well as a couple other little movements to help alleviate some of those muscle fibers being all bunched up and causing the pain in my knee, which originates from my IT band. If your pain is on the outside of your knee, you know, the outer edge, it's most likely your IT band. And I already know it's my IT band because the injury is old. Anyway, after doing it yesterday, when I woke up today, my knee felt better than it has in weeks, like at least 2 weeks. The stiffness that I have normally been feeling whenever I wake up was pretty much not there. And I was also dealing with pain in my knee. Honestly, if I would just get it from a chair or from the couch, just walking around, standing would sometimes cause pain. And over the last day or so, that hasn't really been the case. So I'm really, really encouraged. I know that this flare-up stems from a lot of the lateral movements that are in the program cut, because those are movements that you don't generally tend to do in your everyday life, which is a good thing about the program, but it's also something that may challenge your joints and muscles in ways that they might not be prepared for if you don't warm up properly, which I notoriously do not do. I hate warming up. Once I break a sweat, I'm like, that's good enough, and I can't be bothered with stretching and dynamic stretching and things like that, because I hate it. And all these years of being stubborn about it have taught me nothing, because I just keep re-aggravating old injuries. But I really do need to be more diligent and disciplined about my stretching and stuff, because I don't want to have to miss another week in the gym. You know, that makes me unhappy. So it's better to just suck it up, do proper stretching and joint mobility before I start my workouts, and really focus on correcting a lot of these imbalances that caused me the issues in the first place. Right, RayRay? You look so little back there. She's only about a foot behind me, but doesn't she look even tinier than normal? Jesus. This is like an optical illusion right now with this lens. Little RayRay. Boop, 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 boop. Anyway, that's about it for this day so far. I have a little bit of time before I can eat. It is 10 to 12. And with this intermittent fasting, my eating window, because I'm doing the 16-8 where you don't eat for 16 hours of the day and you can eat within 8 hours of the day. My eating window has been from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. That seems to be working pretty well for me. So it does get a little tricky at the beginning because I'm usually ready for some food within 45 minutes of getting home from the gym, once that sort of post-workout nausea dissipates. Beyond that, today was a HIIT session, so it was a shorty, only 20 minutes, and I did swap out 2, if not 3 of the movements, because it was 4 different movements that you cycle through for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 5 rounds, which adds up to 20 minutes. And basically there were some moves in there that I knew would be not possible or very uncomfortable for me to do, like kneeling squat jumps and a couple other things. So I used the old noggin and I was just like, well, why don't I just use some kettlebells? Because kettlebells, one of the main reasons I was interested in them was I was looking for ways to get high intensity metabolic conditioning without impact. And that's one of the great things about a lot of the foundational kettlebell movements is they are zero impact movements. Kettlebell swings, snatches, cleans, presses, all that kind of stuff, 0 impact. So that was a good one. I just got myself a little whiteboard so I wouldn't have to keep trying to remember what I decided to swap in for what. And I did some fairly heavy swings. I started off with a 20 kilo bell, that's 44 pounds. And then I moved up on the final 3 sets of swings to a 32, which is about 70 pounds. I'm not used to swinging that heavy, but I'm trying to get used to it because it's really good for building the booty, building just power in your hips and your hip thrust. And I have to say my booty is, I think, looking the best it ever has, because my booty, it's never really been big in the way you want it to be big. Like, it's always been kind of wide and like triangle shaped, like wider on the bottom and like not very peach-like, you know? And then from the side, my butt cheeks would, like, at the top where it's connected to my back, you would have the beginning of my ass, and then where the main portion of the cheek was, it wouldn't continue rounding. It would be like top of my ass, straight down, bottom of my ass. So I never had that nice sort of C shape that I've wanted, but it's coming in. I think I got a little bit of a leg up, so to speak, when I did the Peach Plan 2, but honestly, I feel like I have made more progress in terms of improving the shape of my butt on cut. And this program isn't designed to be a booty shaper at all, like the Peach Plan claims to be, but I find that this program has been better for my butt than cut was, or than the Peach Plan 2 was. So that has been a pleasant surprise. I've got over an hour before I can eat, so I actually think I'm going to run an errand. I'm going to run to an Amazon drop-off location to return something. I brought some whey protein powder, and I actually had it on, I added it to my subscribe and save, I think over a month ago. And then based on the cadence at which I had requested it to be replenished, I forgot about it. So it showed up and I was just like, actually, I'm high-key getting off of whey. I'm trying not to really have dairy in my diet on a consistent basis because I don't really do dairy anyway. But I was making grass-fed whey protein my exception just to give me a little bit more protein whenever I make my smoothies outside of the collagen that I use. But honestly, I feel like I just don't even want to continue with the whey. I want to really, really limit having any dairy in my diet unless it is a treat. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that subscribe and save, and I'm sending back the big ass jug because it's like a 5-pound tub of whey protein because that's how often I was using it. So I'm gonna return that, and that's gonna get me a nice chunk of change back because grass-fed whey protein is expensive. And I think by the time I get back from running that errand, it should be just about time to eat. RayRay, you gonna hold down the fort for me while I'm out? I guess that's a yes. Running my errand at the mall, and while I was out, I decided to treat myself to some lunch rather than just eating my overnight oats. I'll probably just eat those later in the day, and here we are. Got a little piece of crostini here, but I was craving salmon. So this kind of looks like shit right now, but there's a piece of salmon there, some fingerling potatoes, and some squash and zucchini. So pretty high carb lunch, but I did do HIIT today, and I'm working out again tomorrow. So I feel like I could use a bit of help because my energy has been on the suck the past couple of days. So I just gave Miss Ray her little snack as well. So we are going to dig in. Well, I demolished my lunch and Ray demolished her snack as well. Those potatoes, I think, were the best I've ever had them from that restaurant. This is actually like a chain restaurant, at least in California. I don't know if there are any in other states, but it's called Tender Greens. And they have locations all around LA. I've even seen one in San Diego. I've seen one in San Francisco. So there's definitely different ones all around California, but I don't know if they have them anywhere else. But when I don't feel like cooking, but I also want to eat foods that I know aren't going to accelerate my death, I like to go there because they've got a really nice menu. They use quality ingredients, and the food is tasty and high quality for a more reasonable price than you might find for the quality of the food at other places. And I'd never tried their salmon before, and I had a hankering for salmon. I think it's a relatively new addition to their menu, honestly, but it's good. I'm definitely going to get it again. And the potatoes today were on point. I've gone there sometimes and the potatoes have been really bad, so I don't always get them because they'll be just really overcooked and dry, but these were super well seasoned and cooked perfectly. I'm really glad I got them today. So between the carbs from that and the carbs from the zucchini, which is a pretty high carb vegetable, I should be on fuego in El Gymnasium tomorrow. This morning's workout marks the completion of week 6, which was interrupted by that self-mandated rest that I took for my knee. But now that I think I've got a way to continue to work through while my injury re-heals, I'm excited. I just have to continue to play it safe and remember, do not beast. Tomorrow would be the start of week 7, which would technically be a plyometrics day, but since plyometrics was the last workout I'd done before my knee really took a turn for the worse and I had to take that rest, I think I'm going to delay plyo for a few more days, give myself a few more sessions of that torture with the bar on my leg, and just see how it's going. It's been interesting just walking around on this leg since incorporating the bar therapy, because I feel like the tissue surrounding my knee and the tissue throughout my thigh feels more tender, but it also feels like I've flushed out a lot of just like bad energy. The reason foam rolling and things like that are therapeutic is it helps to break up all those muscle fascia that are too tight and haven't been kind of stretched properly after strenuous exercise or even just strenuous life if you have a very physical job or whatever. So rolling out helps to sort of loosen up those muscle fibers that can become very kind of tense and constricted. I feel like taking things up a notch with the bar from the doing both foam rolling and the bar therapy, I really feel like it got in there good. I feel like there's been such a loosening that my body is still kind of like, whoa there, okay, you really dug into some stuff that really needed to be broken up that might have been sitting there for years. Because I don't know the last time I did the bar on my leg. Like I cannot, it's been years since I've done that because I haven't needed to. So I think my leg is a little bit like, oh my, but I can also feel like, it's like I can feel it healing and just getting more imbalance and sort of loosening up all of that tightness that I've probably been carrying for years. And I'm so happy to be back in the gym. Anyway, tomorrow, methinks I will skip plyo and go straight to either upper body or lower body. Upper body combines a HIIT workout with it, which I don't know if I'm gonna feel like doing since I did HIIT today, but we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But now that I've had lunch, I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon just doing stuff around the house. I've got some videos I wanna edit. I need to do some writing. There's a script that I am behind on working on that I need to do some rewrites for. Look at this. Look how she just weaseled her way in here, but managed to stay out of frame. This dog is too doggone smart. So that is going to be the rest of our afternoon, and then eventually I'm sure we will go to the PARK for her to have a bit of a run around and a good play. For now, I bid you adieu, and I will check in with you guys later. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since you guys last saw me, but RayRay and I went to the park. She's down here acting like she doesn't know how to jump on the couch for some reason. There she goes. This is one of the cutest things she does when she rests her little chin on my bosom because she wants my attention. It's so cute. We went to the park. She had a little bit of a run around. She's had dinner, and now I'm about to have mine, but I'm having dinner quite late. It's actually now 1 minute away from the close of my 8-hour eating window with this intermittent fasting, but I'm still gonna eat because I know if I don't, I will be starving tomorrow. So breaking the rules, breaking the law a little bit, but I just wanted to close out the day with you guys. Oh, and I have something funny to show you as well. Okay, you guys have seen me wearing various sun hats and things because, you know, I need to protect my skin because the sun breaks me out, not to mention hyperpigmentation. And my bigger brim sun hat, which is maybe the black one you guys may have seen me wear in a couple Knot vlogs, but the brim isn't quite as big as I wanted, and it's also somewhat diaphanous. I feel like quite a lot of light still gets through because it's from Forever 21 originally, I'm pretty sure. So I was looking on Amazon, and I was just like, large brim sun hat, and I found one that was a fair price and that also had like sun protection. It had an actual sun protection factor assigned to it because I've been wanting one of these hats that actually has a sun protection factor rating for a couple years, but I saw Gothamisa recommend one she likes recently, and it was like $150 or something crazy, and I was just like, nigga, please. That wasn't happening. So I found one on Amazon. I think it was probably 35 bucks or so, which was much more reasonable. But here is the hat. I think it's just a little big. I mean, I can be pretty extra. I don't know if I am this extra. It is enormous, but it does seem like it would. It's basically like walking around with a freaking umbrella on your head. Look at this. It's huge. So undecided on whether we're gonna be keeping that because I wanted a bigger brim hat, but damn. Even though I am not sure about it, I'll link it in the description box if you guys want to check it out because it's pretty hilarious. I'm wondering if I just rock it and own it, because that will protect my skin way better than what I'm using right now. I need to scarf this food down. I made my usual stir fry, so it's pretty boring. Here it is. I was pretty much out of yams. I had hardly enough, and then I also didn't have any chopped up onions. It was just kind of one of those days where I didn't realize how many things were not ready for me, so I just kind of threw it together. I've got some chicken I needed to cook that I threw in there. I've got some steak that I needed to cook that I threw in there. It's just kind of a hodgepodge, and then I put some mashed avocado on top, which I mashed with some lime and just some chopped raw garlic. And that is going to be dinner, so I'm going to eat that and get ready for bed, and that's it, because tomorrow I got another workout and I'm still kind of healing, so I need to make sure that I'm well rested and I can focus on my form and all that good stuff. So that is going to do it for this knot vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next knot vlog. Bye!
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.